Hi, my name is Rutendo Nyawuda, and welcome to another very festive episode of In My 20s. In My 20s. So today's episode is all about Christmas food, and it is no doubt the most wonderful meal of the year. And I'm so excited to get into today's discussion with a guest of mine who is a chef and food stylist. So without further delay, here he is.
Hi, my name is Sebastian Newman. I am a chef and food stylist. I am also now known as a little bit of an influencer within the media industry. So everything surrounding food and fashion and lifestyle, but how food relates to fashion, how food relates to lifestyle, and bringing that all together and becoming one holistic thing.
Now, on every episode of the In My 20s podcast, my guests always come through with these incredible mind moments or gem moments. But today I decided to switch it up a little bit and instead give you my favorite moment of today's discussion. And here it is.
When you wake up on Christmas, there's three things happening. You wake up, you smell the boat. Now the boat.
The boat? What if you're inland?
Not a boat.
At the harbour, the sea, what if you live...
A boat is an Afrikaans word for leg.
Oh.
Like a leg of lamb or a nice roast.
Yeah. The In My 20s podcast is split up into 3 sections. In the first section, we get to hear a little bit more about Sebastian's career journey. In the second section, we dive into today's topic, which is all about Christmas food, the most wonderful meal of the year. And finally, rounding up all 3 sections is a conversation about what it is like to be in your 20s. Let's get straight into it. And so, Sebastian, give us a little bit of insight into your career journey.
Okay.
Where did you study? What did you study? And how did you get to where you are right now?
So I knew, luckily, from a very young age that I wanted to go into food. It started in a technology class. Mrs. Greentree, I'll always know. She had us make a fruit, not a fruit, like a fruit tart.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I like making these things. Went home, started doing things at home, and every Sunday it became my duty to make a dessert for Sunday lunch.
Okay.
So naturally, the first thing that I made and perfected was a malva pudding. So I always like to believe that's my signature.
Ooh, nice.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
I'll bring it. And then when I left school, naturally that was the first thing I wanted to do. But then there was a little bit of a divide. Because then I was like, oh, drama, acting.
Yes.
Maybe this could be a thing. But then I was like, no. If I wanted to do this, went into it, studied, finished, and then I had to do internship, industry placement.
Yes.
So I went to this hotel, was there for about 4 months, and I quit. Because I was like, actually, no.
I love it.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I am not going to be stuck in the bottom of a basement for the rest of my life.
Yeah. But I'm happy that you knew that earlier on, because some people are just like, it's supposed to be hard, it's supposed to be tough, just push through it. But
and also, listen, starting to be a chef is not cheap. It's not a cheap thing. But as summer, I made the decision. I spoke to my parents. I was like, I'm not going to be here.
Okay.
But I still wanted to be in food. So I went back to my college, and luckily they were like, listen, we'll help you.
Okay.
During that time, I had met a lady by the name of Zola Nene.
Hey! Shout out to Zola.
Shout out to Zola. While I was studying. And I am a very annoying person when I meet you for the first time. And I really want to know things. I'll ask questions. Oh, I probably annoyed Zola so much. But I became a memory. So Zola then booked me to come during my studies onto the Espresso show as a guest for Youth Day.
Okay.
And I cooked for the first time. I was so nervous, but I did it and I was so happy. Then I worked with her at the Good Food and Wine show and all of those things. And sort of like a relationship started building there. And when I went back after I had quit, I said to my chef, this food media thing sounds like something that I could do. So she gave me Zola's email.
Wow.
I emailed Zola. And that Monday, 5 a.m., I was on the set of Espresso doing my internship.
Wow.
Stayed there for 3 years.
Wow.
After 3 years, I made a decision that I needed to do something for me.
Yeah.
Something that would grow me for me.
Yeah.
So I decided to go freelance completely.
Yeah.
And then this year, a few amazing things happened.
Wow.
So I relaunched my brand. So it used to be Bakes with Bass. And I decided that people see me as someone that is into fashion and lifestyle elements. So I just made it one holistic brand. So it's now just Bass.
Okay.
Food, fashion, lifestyle.
Nice.
And how all of those things relate together, like I said in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then I also got asked to be one of the faces and ambassadors of Somerset Mall.
I know!
For 2019 to 2020, which is great, and I'm so excited for
I
this.
fangirl hard. I'm going to be that person. Sign us.
We're doing billboards actually. But yeah, so that's where I am now, and I'm just keeping on. And there's a few like cool things that I'm working on. So hopefully those things go good. And yeah, that's the journey up till now.
But that's how old are you? Out of interest.
23.
You're 23.
23.
So this is the fascinating thing for me, right? Is a lot of people wait until they are 25, 26 to really go, this is what I want to do, a lot of trial and error. You've managed to do that very quickly, and kind of like your turnaround time, if I could call it that, has been quicker. This works, this doesn't work. This is what I want to do. You now are your own brand at 23. I remember going to your 21st birthday.
Yes. The Grammys. It was the Grammys, yes.
2 years ago with Megan and other Megan.
Yes,
Megan with an H and Megan without the H.
Yeah.
And I remember us saying, like, guys, how is Bass on this label?
Okay, no,
right? Because we were like what, 20? We were like 26 around there, plus minus 25, 26. Revealing my age. But it's like your focus has been so laser. You have a laser focus. It's like, this is where I'm going. Distractions will come, and you're kind of just like, no, there. To have that at 23.
I think it's all gonna relate back, and I don't want to keep going back to this, but I think when I got sick, literally before I knew what it was about and what like this TB thing is, you know, you only know until you know. Yeah. So being uneducated about it, when the doctor told me, I was like, oh my God, I'm dying. I was like, this is it for me. But then you realize this thing is curable. Like it's okay. You can live your life normally. I then went into training. My friends started training me. Like I took more like serious like focus on my health as well. Yeah. But then you just appreciate life so much more. And in the same time, I'd lost like both my grandparents from my mom's side. And so I think like it's just like you appreciate things so much more. So like the like fluffy things don't matter. So like I think that opened my eyes, and I think that's why I'm so like, okay, no, this is wasting my time. I'm done with you. But also I think like my parents have given me the space also to like not play, but like try my hand at things and try my hand at things but also there's a time where like you need to be serious and like, okay, cool, when are you done playing? What is the goal here?
100%.
There's a goal. You're not just going to be like laying here on my couch for the next 3 months. So I think it's just like it's a mindset. And I think like a lot of people's like, oh, you've got this maturity beyond your years and all these things, and I'm always like, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Am I like keeping me like something that's not my age?
No,
but for me, it's just like I'm trying to do as much as I can do, because you don't know. When you're tired. So I think it's just, and it might sound like very cliche, but like life is short. So like live it. Live your best life.
So Vass, I want to switch gears. It is Christmas season. It is my favorite season. It is the season where Mariah Carey comes out, Michael Bublé comes out, even Pentatonics a couple of years ago.
Amazing.
Christmas is like,
I must just say, I'm loving Christmas so far, because I went to this Christmas party that a local radio station hosted. Because like, us people, we don't have like year-end parties.
We don't. We be doing our own. We just drink.
Okay. And they hosted a Christmas party, and then like they had this pop quiz thing. And I won. And I won like tickets to Ed Sheeran. So I'm like loving Christmas right now. Just because like I'm gonna see Ed again.
Ed at Global Citizen.
Wow.
Amazing.
Like, wow.
That was mind blowing. It was like mind.
When him and Beyonce came out together and did perfect, I cried. I'm gonna be honest, I cried.
But he was also just having so much fun. You could tell he's like, this is my dream.
He's like, also, I'm in Africa.
No, Africa. Oh, but he's talented.
He's amazing.
Sure,
Anyway,
but Christmas. So hit me with the best part about Christmas, besides the Christmas music and the family, I don't know, yes, whatever the English word is. Well, forgive me, I'm not going to include that.
No, yes is the word. That's the word we in South Africa.
The whatever family is the food.
Okay.
Let us talk about Christmas food. Hit me.
Okay, cool. So for me, a tradition, or like, I know it's Christmas because of the following things. So our tradition in our family, you go to church. So we either do like the Christmas vigil the night before, or what I've done in the recent years is a bit long.
Yeah.
So I do the morning mass.
Okay.
But when you wake up on Christmas, there's 3 things happening. You wake up, you smell the boat. Now the boat.
The boat. What if you're inland?
Not a boat.
The harbour, the sea. What if you live?
A boat is an Afrikaans word for lake. like a leg of lamb or a nice roast.
Yes.
But you need to say boat because we in Cape Town.
Boat.
A boat.
Okay.
Lekker roast boat. Okay. So you smell that. The Christmas carols, it might be Michael, it might be Mariah, it might be Boney M playing in the lounge, Mama singing, because sisters are on the table. It's really, life's great. You wake up, it's a sunny day. It's
beautiful. It's always beautiful. Yeah.
And so that is for me, and food is always, then you go to church, you come back, lunch is packed out, ready to go. So you've got your chicken, your fried, southern fried chicken, you've got tongue, you've got spiced beefs, you've got seafood, you've got everything. It's almost as though World War III is about to hit, and can we all just quickly have our Last Supper?
100%.
It's like the Last Supper.
But for Christmas.
And then you eat yourself to a standstill.
Yes.
And then you go to sleep.
I hear you on that.
And then you wake up, you eat again, and then maybe you go out in the night.
I mean, we don't usually go out in the night.
No,
when you're going clubbing. You're going clubbing on Christmas. Guys.
With your friends, so family.
Yeah.
Lunch, right?
Yes.
And then you go to your friends, or all the cousins would go together, and we'll go somewhere, we'll just come together and just chill, and that's the vibe. So that's our tradition.
That's beautiful. And what is your essential, if there is one meal from start to finish that you could say, this is the center of the Christmas table?
Something that you'll always find, cremore tart. Or, I don't know if you've ever had cremore. You know cremore is not inside.
It's on top. It's not inside.
So we make a nice tart, like a fridge tart with this, which is a signature in our family. Then you go on to Christmas without a trifle.
Okay.
Now people might hate me for what I'm about to say, but I hate trifle. I hate it because don't give me custard, jelly, fruit and nuts in the same thing.
But you know what? I don't like Christmas cake. I still don't understand
Christmas
cake.
Me.
I don't
also
the
me.
Vision, there was no vision.
Also, it takes forever. You need to make it 2 weeks before.
I don't
feed
make
it every day with some brandy.
I don't feed it. I'll just drink the brandy straight. I feed myself.
No. You're looking for hospital visits. But for me, it's probably I love seafood. So it will probably be all this, because my dad also worked on sea all his life, goes crayfishing, that was also a childhood growing up. So I think the seafood, and then I don't know, it's just food in general,
food
a whole lot of food, and then the table gets cleared, and then it's desserts.
Beautiful.
So
Beautiful. It's interesting that you mentioned seafood, because I don't know. Our Christmases don't usually have seafood on it. It's usually a lot of meat. And a lot of starch. So your potatoes, your rice, your everything.
Yes.
So in our family, everyone gets a part of the meal to make. So I only come alive in the kitchen around Christmas, around Easter, and
what do you make?
Sometimes birthdays. I'm not a chef.
No, it's fun.
So if I'm given a meal, I'll do the thing. So the starter is cool. Starters are fun. Give me the starter. Or mains. The mains, not me. Not my area of gifting.
Okay.
Right? It will either be undercooked or overcooked. Not me. Dessert, I will come for the batter. I'm the person that eats the batter, and then I'll leave it. Don't ask me to do dishes either. I don't do dishes. What I do has nothing to do with food.
What do you do?
I can do drinks.
Drinks.
But the Christmas tree,
okay, cool.
and the spraying of the decorations,
which is a part,
it's
an integral part of
that's where
Christmas
I come
experience.
In. I don't necessarily always come around food time, but yes,
you're there to eat.
I'm there to eat.
I just feel food is my job. So these times, I should just be celebrating.
Yes, you should be at ease. But what is it? And you also mentioned the whole thing about you eat yourself.
To a standstill.
The itis kicks in. Yeah, it's a place where your heart and your soul and your mind come together.
You want that.
But then do you know the day after Christmas when you reheat the food?
Then it's the best. But I also want to just teach you something, because you said you're not from here. So there's something called a Christmas bed. So what you do is you take all the mattresses and you bring it together into the lounge.
Yes. Done, I know.
Everybody just lays.
Yeah.
You just say lay, and maybe you'll pass out there, you're still having a drink over there, you're chilling. But it's just that family spirit, everyone's together, it's a mess. but it's great.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great. The next day, reheating the leftovers.
Oh, yes,
no,
reheating
great.
the next day.
Because that flavor
Ooh.
sits, it marries, it like settles, it matures.
It's so much better.
It's great.
It's so much better.
It's so great.
Yeah. And like sometimes, like I found sometimes I don't finish the whole, because now you're like, you got the itis, you're passed out, and you're like, I'm going to save this piece of meat, right? The roast lamb, or, the roast chicken, or the turkey. And then someone takes it.
And then how do you feel?
It's the sibling.
How does it make you feel?
Like I want to fight someone.
But also it's Christmas, you just said.
Oh, yeah.
Are we going to be nice?
I'm not going to fight anyone.
The 27th.
The 27th.
We sort that up.
Yeah, 27th.
So you hold it in, you hold it
You
in.
hold it in your heart.
You let it go.
Yeah.
Then that morning you wake up and you're like, right, Christmas is over now. Right, where are you?
Where are you? Come through.
Come through.
This
just before the new year.
Because you want to leave it in the old year. You don't want to bring those issues into
those things.
It's too late. It's too late.
Gotcha.
Love it. So Bas, let us go into, I guess, what this podcast has been about, and that is essentially conversations with people obviously in their 20s, and you're 23, the youngest person not in my 20s thus far.
Yes.
But I want to know, what has your experience been all 3 years in your 20s thus far? How have your 20s been for you? If you were to summarize your 20s.
I want to say hectic, but I think I should say great. I think I've been very blessed with the people around me. Like I've got a friendship crew that we constantly like pushing each other. We constantly like wanting each other to do more and do better and do, so it's no one is like, oh, you can't be doing this. Because we're all in the same line of work.
Yeah.
So it's easy for like lines to get blurred and like, oh, no, you're not going to come here because you are this person. And I'm happy about that, but also at the same time I've had to let go. Like we had a conversation like before we started this about cutting off, like just realizing when someone's not for you, and the thing is like there's also another very cliche thing that people are in your life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and so you are the one that needs to make the decision into where they fit in that in those categories. Like one thing that I wanted to do later in life, I got offered to do it next year, and I was like, whoa, maybe this is a bit too soon, but you can never tell the time, so always just like go for gold. Like I said in the beginning, life short, just do what you gotta do.
The beautiful thing about life, I think, is also we have our visions of what we want out of life, but it's like comes, that verse in the Bible that says you can, to summarize it basically, you can plan where you're going, but God will guide your steps.
Exactly.
And I think that's what it is. It's like you have this vision, you're like, this is what I want to do, and God will be like, you can do it now, you can do it later, or this is how it's going to work.
Or it's not going to work at all. Life, God will show you. It will show you. Like, but just go out and try, because if you didn't try, you're never going to, like it's that thing about like, if you don't ask, you won't know.
100%.
So it's the same thing, like try. If you fail, it's okay. Move on. Next. Thank you. Next.
Yes. Thank you. Next. And Bas, have you ever gone through the quarter life crisis? Well,
I don't think I'm there yet.
You're not there yet. But have you had any crises in your? I mean, my first quarter life crisis was at 22, 23. And then I've had multiple ones since.
No, I definitely think I have had. So with the thing that happened last year that I said I was involved in, that thing, like there was a space where I just left a full-time job, which if I'd stayed might have gone well, might have like gone down, but I don't know.
Okay.
So I just left. I made the decision.
Yeah.
But then when I got involved in that, I was like, I'm trying to build a brand here. Now I'm involved in this thing, so this is gonna taint my name. If my name gets out there, so I just tried to remove myself. And then I started getting like hectic anxiety, and like I literally got into my car one day, and I was driving, and I just like burst out into tears, like having like a panic attack. And I was like, but wait, this isn't me.
Yeah.
And so then you need to then find like your place again, almost like guide yourself to like, wait, why is the reason I started this? So I think yes, I did and I do on a regular. Like I feel like if you don't, you're not doing something right. Then you're too comfortable. You need to, you always, if you also, I always taught like, and I feel like I'm a book of quotes here. But if something is not stressing you, if something doesn't make you nervous, is it worth doing?
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
It's that kind of thing. So
That is beautiful.
So yeah, I think I have.
Yeah,
and I think I'll have many, many more.
Many, many more. Yeah, but it's that tension. You know, that tension between who you are and who you want to become. Because I think in life, you're always there. You always have one or two options: stay where you are and be stagnant, or grow. Both causes some sort of pain in your life. And not like physical pain, but it's the pain of staying where I am. Everyone else is moving forward, and so you're not progressing, so you must be regressing in your life, or go through it, push through the pain,
because it's not gonna be easy. It's not just gonna be like, I'm here, thank you.
And that's what people think.
Exactly.
That's what I sometimes feel. I'm like, Lord, why am I going through this pain? I don't want to be chiseled. It's sore.
Yes. It's so hectic. Like I go through days also where I'm like, what is the point here? Like I'm constantly hustling. I'm constantly like having to do the next thing. Like we're at the end of the year, but like I'm still busy. Like I'm still busy, and I'm like, I'm grateful. Let's not get that wrong. But like I'm like, when do I get to like year end?
Yes.
You know what I mean? But you can't. When it's for you, and you need to make that decision and have the like dedication and the passion to like continue through. Because I have those days where I'm like, listen, maybe I should just not be doing this. But then it goes again back to like, why did I start? What was the reason I started this? And I think that is the main thing that's going to keep you and get you through those quarter life crises.
100%. So Bas, being 23, and again the youngest person on the In My 20s podcast, hey,
yes,
I'll create a certificate and award for you, and if I don't do it, then I forgot.
Thanks. Well, I'll just keep waiting. I'll just be here.
Dear diary, I wonder if it's going to come today.
Sitting patiently, anxiety.
But my question to you is, what advice do you have for people in their 20s? Obviously, you're on the younger side of 25. So people who are just in a season where I think they're new to their 20s. They're trying to still find their feet, figuring things out. What advice do you have for them?
Wow, this is pretty sure to
especially with looking into 2019. Like 2018 had its chiseling, as we've spoken about, but looking into 2019, what advice do you have for people?
I think I'm going to start off with saying that my intentions, I'm not going to say what is it called? Resolution.
Yes,
I don't do that. What I like to do at the end of each year, and actually like I learned this by watching the Kardashians, is review like your peaks and your pitfalls for each year. Then go into your new year being like, what are my intentions for this year? I'm not going to say it's my resolution. I'm going to say, what are my intentions for this year? So like we said, this was the year of chiseling, like people, things, life, career, all of those things. So now in the next year, all I'm going to do is I'm going to build on this. I don't want to take on anything new yet because I still have something that I'm building on.
Beautiful.
So then my advice would be for people my age and younger, getting into things is number one. There are so many people that's going to try and get you down. And so many people that's going to tell you, it's not going to work for you, you shouldn't be doing this. Like when I left high school, teachers that were like some of like my favorite and best teachers were like, what are you going to, because I was great at accounting. I was great at business. So naturally it was like, you're going to be an accountant, you're going to have a 9 to 5 in a corporate. I was like, no, I'm going to be a chef. And one teacher literally told me, you're wasting your time.
Oh, wow.
So I went and I did my thing. And now, because I'm the type of person, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. And not to say that I have made it, but I think I'm doing pretty well. I think I'm doing okay. And so don't ever listen to anyone. If you have the gut feeling that you want to do this and you can make this work, then go for it. Do what you need to do. Again, live your best life. And then also just make sure that you're not doing it for anyone else. So yes, I said like I'm going to show you, but it's a personal goal. It's not a goal to prove Rutendo wrong. It's not a goal to prove teacher wrong. It's a goal that you have set for yourself and you are going to make happen, because you're the one that's going to have to do the work, and you're the one that's going to have to push through all of those battles and detours and roadblocks and speed bumps and all of those things. So just keep on keeping on.
Wow.
I think that's
I love that. Keep on keeping on. That's beautiful. And with that wraps our second last episode of the In My 20s podcast for 2018. Yeah! Just wanted to give a special thanks to Sebastian for coming onto today's show and sharing some of your family traditions around Christmas and giving us some insight into those special family meals. I know we all have that one dish that we're all eyeing at the table and we're like, I'm going to get more of that. That is the dish that I'm going to hide in the fridge behind the things that no one looks for. And sometimes in the morning, someone has found it and they've eaten it, and that causes a whole set of other family dramas that we cannot get into right now. But otherwise, we'll see you in a few days for the last episode of In My 20s for 2018. I'm very excited for this episode. There's a lot of emotion behind the upcoming episode, but I can't wait to share it with you. And it's all about stopping and restarting again and reflections on 2018. So we'll see you right here in a few more days for the last episode of In My 20s 2018. In my 20s, in my 20s. How old are you? I am in my 20s. I am in my 20s. I am in my 20s. For a few more years.